which head coach that won a playoff game is most on the hot seat this year? So that would be in the AFC, Andy Reid, Sean McDermott, John Harbaugh, and Kevin Stefanski. And the NFC, Sean Payton, Bruce Arians, and Matt LaFleur and Sean McVay.
So I'm going to give you one from each conference because I can't make up my mind. John Harbaugh's in a little bit of trouble because of the Lamar Jackson situation. And what I mean by that is you built your team around this guy, and you're telling people that he's the answer, and yet in the playoffs you don't seem to figure out a game plan to help this guy succeed. So they're not going to blame him because you've promoted this guy as an MVP Hall of Fame caliber player already. And that defense is going to be there with or without you. I don't think he should get fired, but just knowing how fans are, and if the Ravens underperform this year, they're not going to blame Lamar. They're going to blame Harbaugh. I mean, for God's sakes, the other idiot's producer thought Harbaugh should have got fired a few years ago. Oh my God! Can you imagine if they underperform this year? Jesus Christ.
God, yeah.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard. John Harbaugh should be fired. But out of the other guys on the AFC side, I mean, Kevin Stefanski might. If they go like 0-18, he'll get fired
after 1 year now.
Well, no, but I'm saying if they have a cleptic meltdown, like the whole team just, says screw Kevin Stefanski, then he'll get fired. But the Harbaugh is the only real name on that.
Nothing could be worse than the 2019 Browns. With all that talent, they go 6-10 with Freddie Kitchens as their head coach.
They got rid of Freddie Kitchens, and now Baker's back to a Baker level, so that's fun.
All right,
and in the NFC, it's Matt LaFleur.
Okay.
Because Green Bay is not going to answer for the Aaron Rodgers thing, so they're going to fire you as a scapegoat, and you honestly are not that great of a coach. So
yeah. All right, let's go to baseball. Two pitchers that could either be the starters or relievers to build a franchise around right now. Who would they be and why?
To build around?
Yes. Could be a starter or a reliever.
And I have to give you two of them?
Two. Yep.
I'm going to surprise you with this one. I'm going to go with Jacob deGrom because I think right now he's the best pitcher in baseball. I mean, for God's sakes. It's going to have to be Jacob deGrom. You know what? No, I take that back. I'm going to go with Walker Buehler because he's younger. Right. So Walker Buehler, because of his youth, he's a top 5 pitcher in the game now, top 10 definitively. And he's great in the playoffs, and he gets better with age. So I like that. And he's a pitcher's pitcher. He doesn't work. His velocity is an upside, but he still is a thinking man's pitcher, and I like that. And as a reliever, I mean, Josh Hader's the obvious answer, right? He's young, he's left-handed, he throws real hard, and he's got the best slider in baseball.
And he's versatile.
Yeah, he can go 2-3 innings. If you really need a spot start, he can spot start for you. Josh Hader and Walker Buehler are my answer.
All right, let's go to NHL. Which superstar player outside of Jack Eichel is most likely to be traded this season, and why? And Tarasenko, the two that are rumored right now.
Tarasenko, I don't think is a superstar.
Okay, but like somebody that's like under the radar superstar
Kuznetsov.
that you think could get traded.
I think Kuznetsov is going to be the answer here. I think Washington's going to struggle next year. They just paid Ovechkin a ton of money. Oshie could be on that list too if you consider him a superstar.
I never did.
All right, then Backstrom or Kuznetsov, depending on which one of those two guys has more money or upside. I think Netsov is younger, so I'm going to go with Evgeny Kuznetsov. And to be quite honest with you, if we're talking about Jack Eichel and the Ranger rumors, I'd rather go get Netsov anyway.
Okay. All right, NBA. Besides LeBron, who is the best passer in the NBA that is not considered a pure point guard?
Joker. That's not even close. I think it's Jokic. First of all, for his size, he's the best passer I've ever seen. Him and Powell. But other than that, it's really hard to say a guard's not a great... Or Draymond. No, I'm going to go with Jokic, though, because the guy averages damn near triple-double, and he's a center, so that's really hard to do.
Yeah, the whole season, I think he averaged 8.1.
Yeah, that's amazing. This year. That's an absolute amazing feat.
Yeah, that's definitely...
How he didn't win MVPs.
Yeah, he obviously won MVP this year, but we'll see if he can take that next step. All right, let's see. Let's go back to baseball. Who do you think is the best pure power hitter, and why? Not all-around player, pure power hitter.
Pure power hitter, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to go with the home run derby champ. Right? Like, that dude. Now, the reason guys like Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, I mean, Judge's name's on that list too. But the reason I'm not going to say Trout or Soto or Yelich or who's another guy? Or Tatis Jr., those guys, Vlad Jr., they're out. No, I'm serious, because if you're hitting 330, that's a hitter. A power hitter to me, you're not hitting 300. You're not hitting the ball to all fields. Yeah. You're hitting home runs or nothing. So, like Joey Gallo, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. I'm going to go with the guy that won back-to-back home run derbies and took on the best home run capacity possible. Because when Pete Alonso's hot, you really can't throw anything near him.
Yeah, except he's also hitting 240, too. So.
Well, right. That's also a power hitter.
Yeah.
Power hitters hit 240, 270 tops.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the NFL. Which team do you think has the best either duo or tandems of running backs in the NFL?
Interesting. I mean, I would love to say. I'm trying to think of quickly who the best backup running back is. That's really what the hard part would be here. I mean, San Francisco immediately jumps to my mind. And then there's... No, not the Rams. The Rams are out. New England's got a couple. I think Damian Harris and Sonny Michel will be lethal this year. Najee Harris could pack a punch at Pittsburgh. The Ravens are obviously got 3 or 4 guys you can run out there and get 800-900 yards. Now, are we talking quarterbacks too, or we're just talking strictly running back?
Running back, duos or tandems?
Miami's got a few. Who would be your answer?
The Browns.
Oh, duh. Yeah, my bad. Chubb and Hunt. Yeah. Sorry.
I would take the Browns.
No, that's not even. Yeah. Sorry. That wasn't even. Nope. Sorry. I completely forgot Kareem Hunt was still there.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt had almost 1,000 yards last year. Playing, obviously, Chubb was hurt.
Right. But still, Nick Chubb still came back and was the best running back in football when he played. It was crazy.
Yes.
That offensive line is amazing.
Oh, yeah, they were really. They went
Wyatt Teller went from a no-name to fucking the best lineman in hot football. It's nuts.
Yeah, add Joe Batonio, add Jack Conklin. Yeah.
Shit. J.C. Treader,
yeah. So, amazing. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the NBA. Besides Steph Curry, who obviously is the best in the league, who is the best three-point shooter in the NBA right now?
Besides Steph.
Who's obviously the best in the league.
The only reason I'm not going to say Clay right off the jump is because, I think Steph helps Clay a ton. To me, it's either Trae Young or Bradley Beal. I'm gonna go with Bradley Beal because you can't average 30. He only lost the scoring title by what, like 50 points?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, something very small.
And without Russ, I love Russ, but let's be honest, he does jack up some stupid shots now and then. If Beal gets those shots back, who knows who wins the scoring title? So I'll go with Bradley Beal.
But Russell Westbrook's not a top 10 point guard.
I didn't say that.
No, I know.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I had to throw that shot in there.
It's Steph, Lillard, and Russ to me.
Yeah. NHL. Back to the NHL. What is more likely this season? The Seattle Kraken making the playoffs or the Golden Knights making the Stanley Cup again?
The Kraken making the playoffs. I think Vegas will go on a semi-light playoff run. They might get out of the first round, depending on who they play. Maybe go deep into the second round. When I mean deep, like 6-7 games before losing. But the Kraken, I think they made a pretty good team. I mean, the teams really get screwed in this expansion draft. It's almost unfair to the teams existing. And then they got the second pick in the NHL draft. We'll see what that kid turns out. But I think trading Marc-Andre, Fleury, and Robin Leonard start next year full-time will be the difference. I think Grubauer is going to be fantastic. I think that team's going to do enough to get in the playoffs.
All right, back to the NFL. Who is the best head coach among coaches that have never won a Super Bowl?
Never to win a Super Bowl.
Who have not won a Super Bowl yet.
So that really erases all the big names, right?
Well, yeah.
Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan to me is the best coach right now to not win one. Yep. Or Sean McDermott. Ooh.
Tough call you got there.
That is a tough call I got here. I'm going to go with Shanahan right now, but McDermott is really, really close. Really close.
Alrighty. Well, let's go back to baseball. Which player, 25 years or younger, will win the most MVPs in their career?
Juan Soto. Juan Soto. I don't even think this is close. I think Juan Soto is going to win 4 or 5 MVPs by the time he hits 30. Mm-hmm. That dude is special. He is fantastic. I wish he was better defensively, but in the box, one of the best players in the game.
All right, let's go back to the NBA. Who was a non-top 5 seed from last season that you think is most likely to make a finals run this year?
What sport is this?
NBA.
Non-top 5?
A team that did not finish as a top 5.
This is also, to me, a very obvious Golden State. Golden State is ready. Their big four, I think, is the best in the NBA. And what I mean by that is Steph, Clay, and Draymond went 73-9 and went to the finals. Now Andrew Wiggins is a fourth option. And to be honest with you, depending on who's on the floor with him, he might be a 5th option. And now you add Andre Iguodala back, who's as clutch as hell. Defensively, he's going to improve that team dramatically. And veteran leadership. And he's going to help Steph. Golden State will be a very scary team next year.
All right, back to the NHL. What is more likely, Henrik Lundqvist returning to the Rangers or Marc-Andre Fleury returning to the Penguins?
You know what's hysterical? I think they're both going to happen. So, I think Fleury plays out his contract in Chicago because he's already announced he'll play. Then next year he'll go to Pittsburgh. Now, here's the thing about Lundqvist. I believe this rumor that Georgiev wants out. I think the Rangers are waiting on Lundqvist to try out his heart and to see if he can play. I think if the doctors give Lundqvist the green light, they trade Georgiev and then they sign Lundqvist to back up Shesterkin until their other young goalie is ready to back up Shesterkin.
Right.
I think they both happen. Barring Lundqvist's health. So I guess the caveat is Andre Fleury going to Pittsburgh if we're going literally, but I think they both happen.
Okay. Back to the NFL. Any position, who is the most overrated offensive player in the league?
Oof. See, the obvious answer to me is Ezekiel Elliott. But, I mean, Lamar Jackson's so obvious, too. Offensive play. Travis Kelce's another name I like to throw out there. Most overrated offensive player. I want to say DeAndre Hopkins is the name, too. And when I mean overrated, I don't mean like they're not top 5 now. Some of you people put them as all-time greats. And they're on their way, but they're not there.
I mean, outside of the last 3 years, considering the quarterbacks Hopkins played with, I mean, putting up the numbers he did was pretty impressive.
Stop. I saw Andre Johnson put up better numbers.
No, I'm not saying he's Andre Johnson, but no, he's not better than Andre Johnson.
Right, he's not even the best Texan wide receiver of all time. So how could he be, you know what I mean?
He can still be a great receiver.
No, he is a great receiver. He's not top 10 all time like some of these kids have him. Like, that's
somebody
ridiculous.
put that's
that
I never heard. Okay, I never heard top 10 all time. Okay.
Overrated. I'm going to go Lamar Jackson. Because he's not a top 10 quarterback to me. So the fact he won MVP really grinds my gears. And Baker's waiting. Like, come on.
Baker's waiting for what? A top 5?
An MVP.
Oh, for an MVP. Well, with those skill players, definitely possible. If assuming
he's just got to be average this year. That's all he's got to do.
Well, average is not going to win an MVP, but average can get them far to win.
No, but average can give you with that team. Average is going to give
you but I'm saying
superior numbers.
You have to be above. You have to be obviously above average to win an MVP. But
no.
For the Browns to do well,
if he plays average, his numbers will be there.
Oh yeah, sure. The Browns should still win, even if he is at least not what he was in 2019.
The Browns should win 14 games.
Oh yeah,